Howdy, Saints. A long time ago, I was given this book here, and I'm going to read something out of it today. It's called The Valley of Vision. It's a book of what's called the Puritan Prayers. Now, I don't pray this prayer. It's not like I go through here to pick out a prayer to pray for the day. I'm going to read you two of them. And these is how our hearts are supposed to be. Uh, so, the first one is the very first one is called The Valley of Vision. And it says, Lord, high and holy, meek and lowly, thou hast brought me to the valley of vision, where I live in the depths, but see thee in the heights. Hemmed in by mountains of sin, I behold thy glory. Let me learn by paradox that the way down is the way up, that to be low is to be high, that the broken heart is the healed heart, that the contrite spirit is the rejoicing spirit, that the repenting soul is the victorious soul, that to have nothing is to possess all, that to bear the cross is to wear the crown, that to give is to receive, that the valley is the place of vision. Lord, in the daytime stars can be seen from deepest wells, and the deeper the wells, the brighter thy stars shine. Let me find thy light in my darkness, thy life in my death, thy joy in my sorrow, thy grace in my sin, thy riches in my poverty, thy glory in my valley. Now that is from the book called The Valley of Vision. Like I say, I don't go through here and pray these prayers. We're supposed to live these types of prayers. This should be our heart's desires. The next one I want to read on is one of my favorites, although I do like it first. They say without a vision we perish. And this one's called The Nevers of the Gospel. And you know I'm all about our gospel. So this is the nevers of our gospel. It says, O Lord, may I never fail to come to the knowledge of the truth. Never rest in the system of doctrine, however spiritual it may sound, that does not bring or further salvation. Or teach me to deny ungodliness and worldly lust, or help me to live soberly, righteously, godly. O Lord, may I never rely on my own convictions and resolutions, but be strong in thee and in thy might. O Lord, never cease to find thy grace sufficient in all of my duties, my trials, and my conflicts. Lord, let me never forget to repair to thee in all my spiritual distresses and outward troubles, and all the dissatisfactions experienced in creature comforts. Let me never fail to retreat to thee, who is full of grace and truth, the friend that loveth at all times, who is touched with feelings of my infirmities, and can do exceedingly abundantly for me. Never confine my religion to ordinary occasions, but acknowledge thee in all my ways. Let me never limit my devotion to particular seasons, but be in thy fear all the day long. Never be godly only on the Sabbath or in thy house, but on every day abroad and at home. Never make piety a dress, but a habit. Not only a habit, but a nature. And not only a nature, but a life. Do good to me by all thy dispositions, by all means of grace, by worship, prayers, praises. And at last, Lord, let me enter that world where is no temple, but only thy glory and the Lamb's. You know, like I said, I don't pray out of that book. repetitive prayer means nothing really. That's just like that Romans Road salvation thing. They give you a card and say this, this will happen. And our prayer should be always crying out to God. And not just crying out when we got issues. I can cry out in praise. I can cry out in worship. Most times, to be honest, when I'm crying out in praise and worship is when I weep the most. Really. So I just want to share that with y'all. I'm always speaking out of the Bible, and I love to do that. But I want to share a little tidbit of another book that I've been gifted with from an old friend. And as always, I'm praying for those needful things unto the saints, and love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time around.